Hi everyone, I am Nitambini Samantray. This is my first podcast with my father and also my first podcast of my life. Uh, he is my father, Dr. Vipul Bihari Samantray, and today I am going to ask him something about his life and how he feels about my school. So, hi. Uh, Welcome to my podcast, Baba. Uh, can you please share your lifestyle from the childhood till date?
Welcome everyone. Thank you, Nitu, and your friend Rasman. This is also my first podcast. This is my first experience regarding this digital affair. If you ask me about my life, I go back to 1950, 75 years back. I was born in a very remote village, which was without any communication. My village was surrounded by rivers. To go out of the village, we had to take the help of boats and ferries. That was a very difficult time. You can't imagine now because nowadays you are from the modern times and you are finding too much of development in every sphere of your life. But in those days, we are in a very wretched condition in the village. We had to embrace poverty. I belonged to a middle class family, not of the standard of this middle class today. It was rather a poor family. Fortunately, my father was a progressive man. Although he was not schooled anywhere, in one Chatsali, he learned some reading and writing. But due to his progressive ideas, he was a pioneer in his life. I have seen him as a leader in the village and in our locality since my childhood. In different natural calamities like flood, cyclone, etc., he pioneered and came in front, helping all the people of our area. And he was regarded highly as a Mamaltakar, means a leader of that area. I was fortunate to be one of his child. He had five sons and one daughter. However, in our village, the highest school was class 3. So after class 3, he shifted us to a nearby village. That was also the communication was also only boards. He left me and my two other brothers in one ME school mess where we stayed in the hostel. And in those days, leaving the parents apart, staying in a hostel was a really pathetic thing. Uh, but we had to accept it. Fortunately, the teachers were very loving and we were leading a ashram life in those schools. The teachers made us well educated and I cannot remember that beautiful memory. And the friends or my classmates were also very, very friendly. And in those days, the school was the abode of all the children, even the day scholars. We were stay boarders, but the day scholars also they spend most of the time in the school. Just they ran to their houses nearby to have their lunch, then come back to the school, and they stayed in the school. They studied up to 8 o'clock in the night. They had their meals. Again, they came to the school. In the school hostel, we were all together sleeping. By 4 or 4:30, the teacher will habitually uh, just get us up and teach us lessons. That was a very beautiful time, of course. Then my father, having these 5 children, couldn't afford everyone to be put in the hostels. So when I passed the ME school, he shifted to BB High School, Pujam, a nearby high school, and he took a rented thatched house there and moved my mother to that place. And we, brothers and sisters, we studied in the nearby schools. I went to the high school, and other children were in the respective schools. We studied somewhere there. Uh, then after matriculation, I did my graduation in JB College. Thereafter, I pursued for some time studying in law, LLB. Thereafter, I got an opportunity. In those days, the services were very easy. Uh, you can, and in my life, perhaps I was not serious about my studies. I mean, most of the people were not very serious. Just we are going to school, reading something. We are not doing our homework properly. Even then, we got somehow got through. And but in those days, the fundamentals like a language study and mathematics, etc., they were good and the teachers were very good. However, even without very industrious habits in studies, we got through. And I got a job as an auditor in the OSRTC company, that is the bus service company, state government. I joined at Rourkela, and there, when I joined in 1975, by that time I was married because I was the eldest son. My father got me married earlier. So nowadays people are not marrying before 30 or 35 years. Then um, I joined there, and in the first year in 1975, a homeopathy college was opened there with private initiatives, and they were searching for students, and I joined there. Fortunately, because I was a BSc student, I could excel in the studies. So I was acceptable among the student friends and my teaching staff also. Unfortunately, after completing 2 years of this intermediate course in homeopathy, I was transferred to another place like Korea, the transport department. So it was very difficult for me to continue the studies. And I was also not interested to leave the job because by that time I had some children who were born by that time. So what to do? So I asked my father. My principal told me, you don't discontinue the studies. You'll be an asset to our institute and also to the society. So I was in a dilemma what to do or not to do. However, I went to that place and joined there. But after 7 days, I came back to Raurkela, and my principal asked, "You see, please look after our office, help us somehow, and the amount you are getting from the transport department, I will also supplement to continue your studies." So I asked my father if he can shoulder the responsibility of my wife and children. He fortunately agreed. He was a leader in all respects. So he told me, yes, you continue. Then I continued and I completed my studies. And I also got a private appointment as a teacher lecturer in that same college. But when I passed in 1981, I got successful in the government interview and I was appointed as the homeopathic medical officer in government of Odisha. At that time also, my principal was requesting me to teach the students and be a part in the academic section of the institute. But my father somehow insisted you don't go for the private job, you join as a government official. So I had to do that. Somehow later I was repenting that after some days, my friends who didn't get successfully in the government interview were continuing there, and fortunately Mr. Biju Patnaik declared that the college as a government college and they got fabulous salaries compared to me. But that was my destiny. So I have to accept it. I don't have any problem regarding that. But when you were telling about my life journey, I would say that if I would have been a bit stronger at that moment to take a decision to stick to one place, it would have been better in my life. Because with my wife and children, I had to move here and there in this transferable job. 3 years here, 3 years there, 2 years there. So you see that they're saying that a rolling stone gathers no much. So I didn't have any rapport with the parent, the teachers, sorry, the patients. So I also couldn't do justice to my family. Regarding your education, you also know that I have shifted from here to there at many places. That was difficult. But if you say, but that was the destiny. And I was also accepting in a woozy way what is coming on our way. I accepted it. Somehow, I have managed my life. So I have no repentance regarding that. I have accepted it. Somehow, manageable. After retirement, I am here. Due to some diseases like diabetes, hypertension, etc. I am confined to my home now. Here I just spend my time by studying homeopathy and translating some useful materials to Odia literature so that my younger friends can benefit from it. That's that was my learning. It was not very sweet, not very bitter. Manageable.
Can you remember any beautiful moments which you spent with me?
So you for me, you are my loving child, first child, and you are very intelligent. You are in your studies. I found you very perseverant. When I was at Athagod in a government dispensary, so in those days there was sometimes there was no power. Sometimes I made a bamboo, it's a ladder, and you and me went to the roof of that dispensary, and we were studying with this lantern light. You were preparing for the class 3 scholarship examination, and while guiding you, I was falling asleep. But I found that after getting after some time you were studying. So that was a beautiful thing regarding. And you have also done very well in your education matter, but unfortunately your eyesight prevented you to proceed further. Somehow we have accepted things as it is. We have no repentance regarding this, no remorse.
So, do you have any free advices for me to for this life or how to live this life?
That you are also living in your life independently. What I have realized that I have been easygoing in my life, but someone should have some determination and pursue it. Although there are some obstacles. I have done it sometimes in the way I left my transport job and I came to homeopathy. That was a charming thing for me. But if I would have decided after completion homeopathy, if I would have been placed at one place, practicing homeopathy and keeping you all together, and I could have financed you better for better education, that would have been better for you. But that will be my advice to everyone, that be consistent and focused on certain things so that, and don't be a rolling stone. In a government job, we are giving our whole of our time to the government and following their rules. We are slaves there. So don't be a slave, be a master. It is better, it is saying that it is better to be the head of a cat than to be the tail of a lion. So be your own so that you will improve. You can do it. It is a general advice for all. And I have experienced it through my life. And although I have not practiced it, but I adore it. That's
Thank you very much. It's a learning from you, and I appreciate it. And I also found it can help me for my determination. And thank you very much. And today, when I am doing this podcast with my father, today is his happy birthday, and we are doing this. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rasmi, for helping us.
Yes.
I just want to sing for you.
Yeah.
बार बार ये दिन आए, बार बार हम सब गाए, बार बार ये दिन आए, बार बार हम सब गाए, आप जियो हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आरज़ू। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू, हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू।
Thank you. This is a very
Happy
good gift for me
birthday
in my
to
happy birthday.
you.
Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you so much.